Someone Play the Bolter by Taylor Swift because Francesca Bridgerton has entered the chat. One thing I really love about the Bridgerton books is that most of the time characters will either completely run away from their problems or like face them completely head on with no thoughts, head empty type of vibes. Francesca Bridgerton was so far on the running away from her problems side of things, it became comical. But Michael Sterling? There are little things that are sexier than constant consent. The way he kept asking her permission and kept her involved in every bit of seduction was impeccable and incredible and super top tier. More than anything, I do think that Francesca and Michael matched very well as a couple. They complemented each other and they both wanted the same things out of life. They both wanted children, they both wanted a more isolated lifestyle away from everyone else, and they both just wanted to kind of be together. So they did really complement each other in that way, and they understood each other and they had known each other for a while, so it was much more friends to lovers, which I always more enjoy anyway. So for that reason, I did really enjoy the book, but there was something missing. And I don't know whether it's just a part of the fact that the book felt less like an actual Bridgerton book that we've seen before, partly because the characters themselves are so removed from London society as just a facet of who they are. Francesca has always been kind of removed from the Bridgerton series. She's always been off on her own, always very independent and spoken of that way. We don't really know her that well, so going into this book, it being all about her, felt like a bit of a disjoint anyway. The only look into the actual Bridgerton world that we knew was through Colin and his chats with Michael, which I loved. I loved those talks. I thought Colin was an incredible addition and a very useful character for Michael to talk to. But otherwise, it really just kind of gave the vibes of those episodes in like the Disney Channel or Nickelodeon where they would link 3 different shows together for one like massive episode. It felt like that. It felt like we were getting a story, look into like a side character story, and then like our favorite character from that one cool TV show would pop in and like have a cameo. But even more so, I felt like there was something missing from the narrative itself. I wanted more than just Francesca constantly running away and running from her problems and running from the things that she didn't want to face. I wanted more conflict. I wanted something else in the narrative. It's part of the reason I so adored Colin and Penelope's book, because it wasn't just about their romance. It was also about his struggle with wanting to become a writer and her struggle with being Lady Whistledown. There was other external conflict rather than just their relationship. It was the same with Eloise's book. There was more than just her relationship with Philip. There was also her relationship with the children, and they posed quite a big conflict throughout the whole narrative. Even in Benedict's book, they had more conflict, and you know how I feel about Benedict's book, but even they had Sophie's whole dilemma with her stepmother. But with Francesca's book, it was really just about her and Michael, and I liked delving into her and Michael, and even then I think they could have delved a bit further into her and Michael and their grief and their joint grief, rather than just their attraction and passion towards each other. And maybe that was the point. Maybe it's meant to be more of a quiet book to reflect Francesca's quiet lifestyle. Maybe it's just meant to be that simple and just meant to be about them. But I just wanted more. And I suppose you could say that John was the external conflict and their grief was the external conflict, but that isn't really how I read it. It was more that that was just an internal struggle that they were going through that was affecting their relationship. And I want to make it clear, this isn't a criticism because I didn't enjoy the book. I did enjoy it. I just wanted more. I wanted more delving into who they were as people. I wanted more conflict and how they would react to it. I just wanted more. And as much as I did like Michael as a character, because there was nothing else really going on in the narrative, his entire role was kind of reduced to chasing a woman, which is just not that fun to read after it happens for the 4th time. And so, God willing, if they make it to this season, I really am looking forward to see what they do with it and to see how they actually add more to it, because it's an ensemble show, which is the best decision they could have ever made when making this into a TV show. I'm interested to see how they actually add more to their story. Because Michael and Francesca are so different from the Bridgerton characters we know and love, it will be so interesting to see them worked out live on TV. But let me know what you guys think. I am now on Hyacinth and Gareth's love story, so one more after that, which is kind of sad. I've been really enjoying reading these. So see you next time. Hey!